specifically coming out and giving messages to taxi drivers and taxi operators. And as Santaco, what is your message to drivers?
First of all, let me indicate that the Minister is responsible for roads and transport in the country, and Santaco comes in support of both the Minister and Santaco supporting each other, because we have a dual responsibility to the lives of the many people in South Africa. South Africa is a signatory to the United Nations Decade for Road Safety, Decade for Action on Road Safety. So we are there as Santaco in ensuring, as the biggest role player in transport in the country, that we will bring the accident rate down. And we have done that for many years. But the message the Minister is sending here, the Minister is sending a very strong message to say that team transport, which means all the transport organizations, in particularly his department, and Santaco, which is the governing body of the taxi industry, we are gearing up to make sure that we produce zero tolerance on road safety. Number two, what we are doing today, we are bringing awareness. And I was listening to one of the radio stations, and they were asking the specific question. What is it that we will do to stop the carnages on the road? And my simple message is keep on talking. Keep on talking. Let's never stop as South Africans to talk about the accidents on our road, to talk about the behavior, to encourage each other on being supportive of the actions that are taken. Number two, I am appealing to all taxi drivers in the country to ensure that as they get into their vehicles, they must remember that 15 times 4 it's 60. It might be more than 60. So that when you're carrying 15 people, you might be carrying families in that vehicle. So it is very important to be there to drive them with care and ensure that your speed on the road is limited to what is expected from you, and make sure that every 200 kilometers, if you go the long distances, I've just indicated the rank where we are. It's a wondrous taxi rank. It's an international taxi rank. And that every 200 kilometers, we are expecting a driver to take a rest. Even those who are traveling about 300 kilometers, it's very important that they take a rest. And the next thing, we are here to encourage our commuters, the passengers in our vehicle, to say keep on communicating with the driver. So the message for this year is a Hlokomela Road Safety Campaign. Hlokomela is the road safety social responsibility of Santaco. We are saying the message, the biggest message for this year, is let us hold the driver, the commuter, and the owner of the vehicle. And what is the message to the owner of the vehicle? We are saying it's not the responsibility of the driver to keep the vehicle roadworthy. It is your responsibility as the owner of that vehicle to ensure that that vehicle is road safety. So ensure that before you give back the vehicle to the driver, you are checking things like your wheels, your tires, you are checking your mirrors, you are checking your windscreen. You know, those very important things of making sure that the wheel spanner, the jack, and the spare wheel. You're checking all those things before you give that vehicle to the driver. So the message we came up here with today is to say, let us keep on communicating with each other. Let us ensure that all of us, drivers, commuters, and operators, we arrive safe. But most importantly, I want to make a call to all the commuters in South Africa. The safety belts in our vehicles are not there, to give a vehicle a particular style. But those safety belts are there to save our lives in times of accidents. So I'm appealing to commuters. I'm appealing to all of them to ensure that as they get into the vehicle, they buckle up. Safety is very important for South Africa, and I want to appreciate the minister. Lastly, I want to indicate that I said to the minister, it cannot be right today in South Africa. We're coming from Park Station. When I got into Park Station, I thought that I was getting into a hotel. You know, the air conditions, the shelters for the commuters there. When you come to the taxi rank, you don't get that kind of facilities. I said to the minister, it cannot happen that the black majority of this country, the people who are actually building the economy of this country, are subjected to this condition. If it rains on this taxi rank, no passenger can come to this taxi rank. They must find a place where they hide themselves. The wind, the same. When it is cold, the same. We are saying it's high time that we give dignity to the taxi rank. Finally, I want to warn the leader of the PLF, Nkitama, to say he must never play with the name of the taxi industry. We come from a very bad history, and we are not going to allow anybody making threats in our name as a taxi industry, or even racializing the taxi industry. We are fighting our own problem of building our dignity, building our organization, and we don't want any politician to come and filth that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was Santaco President speaking to us on the messages to both commuters, taxi owners and taxi drivers, basically saying that safety on the road is a collective and that everyone needs to get involved to ensure that we arrive alive this holidays. Back to you in studio.
Hasina Gori, our reporter out there at Park Station, of course.